You're watching Taste of Victory.
Hey guys, it has been an absolutely stacked weekend, the weekend ending January 30th, 2022 for the Digimon TCG, because it was both EU's and Latin America's finals tournament, which is the equivalent to nationals here in the US for them. They were 2-day events. You had to top cut and qualify in the first day to get to the second round, and now the weekend is over. I recorded this late at night on a Sunday here. Both events have now finished with top placings. So as of this recording, I don't believe an official listing has been put out for the Latin America top 16s, so we only have a bit of data to go off of for those as of now. But for EU, we do have what topped the final top 16, and we can go ahead and start looking into this. Now, the very first big takeaway, as you're going to see when we go through this list, is that Gabumon Bond of Friendship is far and away the absolute best deck in the X1 and BT6 meta. They're both such similar metas, so little changes between them. But yeah, in the X1 meta, Gabumon Bond of Friendship is indisputably the best deck, because here we have in the EU top 16, we got 8 out of 16. Literally a solid half of top 16 was Gabumon Bond of Friendship. The deck is that good, that powerful. I think also to keep in mind, another aspect is that it's really cheap. Your boss monster is $1, maybe $3 at best, and before the buyout, Davis was a similar range of like $4 to $4, you know. Now, unfortunately, Davis has been bought out. But other than that, you have pretty much affordable cards, and it's one of the lower end prices terms of competitive decks. And for such a high power ceiling deck, it's really cost effective for what you want to do if you just want to compete. A lot of people were expecting Security Control to be really popular, giving Gabumon a Bond of Friendship a hard time, but making Jesmon's life easier, and therefore Jesmon going to be end up topping the most of. Well, we see it did not get nearly as much representation, so that kind of didn't work out exactly as expected. It did at the very least take the whole tournament. It did get first place, so there was some merit to that line of thought, but I think that comes down to as well player skill too. We will be going off the names provided here by the Tournament Center's list. So this is MCO. MCO did win with Jesmon. If we see the Jesmon list here, it's a text list for most of these. And it is a really cool, interesting list for as far as Jesmon goes, because we got the one of Gravity Crush here. A lot of people used to really be against this card, thinking it would never do that much, and the paying the memory back after you've earned it kind of hurts you, you know, by giving your opponent more memory. But as we see with Jesmon, just that extra memory to go into the card you need for lethal is very valuable. We also have a one of Delicate Plan, which is becoming a bit more standard, you know, to counter Security Control. We have Analog Youth and Program Emergency Halt. So Program Emergency Halt turns off your opponent's options for their turn. So, you know, Security Control, this messes them up hugely because they can't even do their turn, basically. You're just going to have to be forced to hard slam one of your bodies and hope it does something. And against any other deck, it just shuts off their options. So if their only way to remove Jesmon is through options, you get another turn of him sticking on the field. So that's a really great combo there. Analog Youth is great for setting off that option card. He helps you dig. There isn't as much benefit to trashing your cards as there is in purple, but you do have that cool synergy there to get yet another digging opportunity in addition to your red memory boost. You get that, if your level 5 or higher is deleted, you get that extra memory and that extra Digi-Egg hatch off of the Analog Youth. So it's really cool to see those techs work out and come into the top, you know, the very first winning deck of EU's top 16. So very much congratulations to them on that. After that, we got second place, which is the first of our Gabumons. And we see here a lot of people, so there's a lot of talk of whether you won Octomon or not. And we see here that the second place list did run a 2 of Octomon. It's a really great 2-cost champion for 7,000 DP. It's really powerful for that DP threshold, because you'll live plenty of checks in this meta. You'll beat over other people's champions, ultimates, and rookies pretty commonly. It's a really good type card at the champion level. We see 2 Kendo Garurumons, which have been going up a lot because you can Digiball for 3 over a Tamer, kind of like Lobo. So it's basically a 5th Lobo, but also when attacking, you get to bounce back a level 3. That is really great in this meta because you can bounce back their Agumons or their Gabumons before they have a chance to warp and set them far behind. So really cool options there. If we look at the rest of the list, we got 4 Upamon not running a 5th egg for that extra draw. They just want the consistency of Upamon's draw. We have the one Strapimon to search, and the one Sora and Joe. So that's cool because, you know, you get that extra memory if that was sourceless Digimon when paired with your Davises that they are, or Matt Ishidas that they're also running. You know, you get a lot of memory together. And then they also have the Absolute Blast. So there's a lot of tech choices here in this Gabumon list compared to your typical one. You know, the Sora Joe and Absolute Blast paired together. That's a really cool, a lot of little source strip package there a bit. So like Sora Joe strips a couple sources. to leave that one last source for Absolute Blast to remove and then be able to bounce anything off the field. A lot of people that I've spoken to say these kind of techs, these source stripping ones, or at least Absolute Blast, is for the security control matchups since they're just playing stuff out. A lot of the times you can't bounce the megas that they're putting out, and you can't swing into them if they're unsuspended. So Absolute Blast gives an easy, somewhat cost-efficient out to those hard-casted bodies. It sets security control behind. So those are some pretty cool techs that we saw. Congratulations to them for working out, because it does give them the second place finish, which is amazing for your equivalent of nationals. And as we see, for some reason, actually, my error, we do have a 5th egg in Demi Vmon, so that's one from the starter deck that gives you plus 1000 DP. It's just sorted strangely there. And then we got 3 Kakumon, which is also a card introduced in X1 that lets you attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon if they have no sources. So that pairs well with the source strip package that we were talking about just now. That lets you attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. If they hardcasted like a Huckmon to try and dig, you get swing over that. Now they can't Digivolve over that. They have to hope they have another rookie or something like that. So it's pretty good packages there. Then we got really cool that we got this in 3rd place. We got Diaboromon. So Diaboromon was 3rd place. That is really amazing to see the deck like that come back so hard because of the new X1 support. This is a set introduced to us in the very first set, in the very second set for Japan, you know? So this is old, and we're in BT, this is X1, which would be equivalent to a 7th set if you include extra sets. So that's cool, you know? Don't let people tell you, yes, there is power creep, but don't let people tell you that like decks are just completely out of the game after a new set comes out. You know, new support comes in, and it is able to keep up with it. None of the new support was terribly breaking either. It just really played well into Diaboromon's old playstyle, and, you know, supported it well. So it's really cool to see that this deck is able to bounce back. So there were some controversies though, however, in the, I'm not sure if it was in EU or Latin America's top 8, but there were 2 Diaboromon players that were disqualified. One for cheating, unfortunately, and one for their camera freezing in the middle of the game, which is really, really unfortunate. My condolences to them. I cannot imagine how bad that must feel, but I hope you're able to bounce back. But so I don't think this one qualifies because I'm not too sure if that was Latin America or Europe's the one where that happened. But this is a Diaboromon in 3rd place, which is really great, amazing achievement for what was just a pet deck for many sets. We see that they have the 4 Diaboromon from X1. You want to max that one out because it does have a security effect that can be huge by spawning an extra token out of security. We got 2 of the promo Diaboromon because, yeah, it helps you close out games and almost OTK. It's really aggressive once you get all those tokens out. We have 4 Sunemon as their egg. We got 3 of the promo Kurosarimon, so that's pretty interesting right there. Then we have 4 of the BT2 Kurosarimon. That's really great to help you give extra memory off of your tokens. Just a lot of efficiency here. We got the BT2 Inframon, which I'm really surprised that one isn't maxed out since that one's the one that reduces your cost to go into Diaboromon, right? So that's really interesting. I would love to hear about that if they have a deck profile out or would like to come on for a deck profile. If you guys, anyone who topped is watching this and you have a deck profile on your channel, please feel free to comment. Let me know, like share the love, send viewers your way, you know, to reward that awesome performance you guys had. Definitely feel free to shout yourselves out in the comments. Or if you do not and you want to come on for a deck profile, definitely let me know as well here or on Twitter, which is always in my description, along with my Discord link and TCG player affiliate link, you know. So then we have the 2 Mechanoris. We see a lot of decks that tech in Mechanori because it's really cool to just hardcast for 4, and you're able to shut off a lot of decks because they can't beat over it unless they have the out that they teched in for. Lots to remove on security because you want your security to be threatening because you have all those options. Then you also have that Diaboromon that plays itself out. For that, we got Aaron, who got 4th place with another Gabumon Bond of Friendship list. We see yet again with the Sora Joe and Absolute Blast little source strip package tech, so that's really cool there. Are they running the Kakumon? I'm not sure if I see it here. So I don't see that we have the Kakumon in here. So it's really interesting they're just running it purely for that package to be able to remove stuff. That's really cool that seems to be picking up steam in the EU. So that's a cool little tech that they got going on there. That's something, as far as I'm aware, we haven't seen here. Because I know Declan, he did a profile on the channel recently for Pepsi Gabu Bond. And they also had that Absolute Blast they specifically mentioned was for the security control matchup. I don't believe I've been seeing too many people run these techs in the North America deck list for Gabumons, however. It's more traditional, you know. Also, this is actually Gabumon Ancient Garurumon Bond of Friendship as well, because we see that we have the 4 Ancient Garurumon and then the Analog Youth. So this is not, so that's actually 7. If you want to be fair, that's 7 out of the top 16, but it is still including Bond of Friendship at 4, and it's still using the same base package. So you could argue it is 8 out of the 4 out of all of top 16. But yeah, it's really cool to see Ancient Garurumon was able to get all the way up to top 4 in the Nationals equivalent in their finals over in the EU. I hope I don't butcher any names, but if I do, I'm sorry. Then we got Pietro, who also has a Gabumon Bond of Friendship in 5th place. I don't see Ancient, so this is more of a normal Gabumon Bond of Friendship. But it's really cool to see the text. Like, we got someone running Ancient Garurumon, we got another person running the Source Strip package. So that's really crazy, because that 4th place list was running Ancient Garuru and the Source Strip package. That is a really diverse Gabumon Bond of Friendship list. So this one seems to be a bit more traditional. We got the 2 Octo, Kendo, Madoki Beta, Madashida. 2, yeah, this was more of a traditional one. Place, again, Gabumon Bond of Friendship. We do have the 1 Sora Joe. I'm not sure if I see the absolute. Oh, so this is Pepsi, because we got a Delicate Plan in here, which means Tai is right there. Yeah, so Pepsi made it all the way to 6th place, so that's really cool. Then we got 7th, it's another Gabumon Bond of Friendship. Then we got 8th place, who actually has a link to their deck list off of .dev. That's really cool. Glad we got some picture in here. So then we got, it's a Diaboromon, so that's really cool. We have multiple Diaboromons in top 16, 2 in top 8. Fantastic representation for Diaboromon. So here we see we don't max out on the promo, but instead we have the, I believe this is BT5, I want to say. So when we got the new supports, is the BT5 one that spawned the token on Digivolution. Another way to help get your tokens out. We got the Warping Inframon. I'm really surprised at how many don't run maxed out on the reduced Digivolution cost Inframon. Again, I would love to have a player come on and like explain that to us, because I would have definitely assumed that people prioritize that lower cost, but it seems like that's not the case. You know, because with that Kurosarimon, you can reduce some of these as low as 1 cost. So, but I'm guessing that's kind of like high rolling, and they probably wanted more consistency options. I'm assuming like maybe that's where they dug in for their Mechanori ratios, which Mechanori automatically wins you some matchups in the right turns. So that's really cool. We got to see another Diaboro list, another one where it's kind of security packed between their Mega and their options, and then for Arata. Of course, the Chumon, you gotta shut that off. That's valuable in this meta. Then we go into top 9 or 9th place. We start going more into the security control package. It seems like we got 4 Commandramon, 4 Commandramon. Oh, we actually got security D-Brigade. Wow, top 9 in the finals of EU. That's amazing. So yeah, a lot of people discuss or write off Commandramon, you know, as a meme rogue list. But like, here it is. Finals, top 9. Amazing. Yeah, we got the various Commandramons in there. And the thing is, this is still primarily D-Brigade, even if there is like that security control package. That's what you need to be able to like put pressure on your opponents in time to fill up your trash and all that stuff for your Darkdramon effect and all that other stuff. Security control package helps you put that extra pressure on your opponent that D-Brigade might otherwise be lacking. We see some cool stuff in here. Yeah, we got 4 Commandramon, 4 of the one from Booster Set 3. And then we have 4 of the one Booster Set 4. You just run 4 of all of them and 4 Sealstramon, so that way you can afford to forego Tankstramon, because a lot of players don't like running it. You're kind of just doing a Rookie Rush-ish build instead. Here we have interesting is the Ogremon from BT6. I do believe that is when hardcasted, you could discard a card and it blows up a level 4 or lower. So that is really good into all the bond matchups, and you get to discard a card, presumably a D-Brigade card, to fill up your trash. That is really great there. Awesome text. I'm glad to see that this D-Brigade list made it all the way to 9th at EU finals. Then we got, it looks like we finally hit security control, which seems to be a pretty typical now yellow-black build when it used to be yellow-red previous sets. After that, we got 11th place, where we see another Gabumon Bond of Friendship, and this is kind of similar to other ones we've seen in that it runs that Ikakumon and a pretty standard package. So that's 11th. Then we got 12th, which is going to be another Bond of Friendship, although this one is running the Magnadramon tech to recover, and then you also got the Corydramon to make your security a bit more threatening like that. That's interesting. I know people have seen people doing that with Bond of Bravery with Agumon, so it's interesting to see that also tested out here in Gabumon Bond of Friendship. So while there was tons of representation for Gabumon in top 16, it's important to note that a fair amount of them were pretty diverse. We got cool lists like that and the Ancient Garurumon one coming out, so that's really amazing. After that, we got another one. This one doesn't seem to stray too much from what we've been seeing. We got the Corydramon package. We got Mechanori in here is really cool. So that is definitely a spicy tech here. What are this in the place again? The 13th. So that's really amazing. Mechanori is just, that 4 cost is just so huge for how big of a blocker he is. It's awesome that we even see Gabumon Bond of Friendship is teching them in. That's cool. After that, we got, this is, I believe, 13th place. It's 14th. We got another Diaboromon list, so that's amazing. We see so much representation for Diaboromon. Glad to see EX1 really helped it out with all that new support in the set. 3 Musketeers, 2 Veilstarmon, 4 BL-Starmon, 3 Musketeers, fantastic deck. Really great to see it doing top 16 by getting in there just at 15th. And then last we have Machinedramon. So it's really awesome to see Machinedramon made it just into top 16, just into the topping list at the very 16th place. Yeah, Machinedramon is not to be slept on, and it only gets more support, so it's a really good deck to invest in. We see 2 rounds of support now in the Japanese meta. Pretty standard looking list with a lot of one-offs at their level 5 level, because you want to like get all these different kind of sources for your Machinedramon. So it's a really great deck. I would like to see this list here. After that, we move to the second finals that took place this weekend, Latin America. So unfortunately, we weren't able to, as of now, have like full top 16 deck lists. But maybe they'll come out soon, in which case I will update the description below with them. For now, thank you to the Battle Professor on Twitter who linked me screenshots of the top 8 Twitch stream. They were having an official stream, and that is fantastic. We see in top 8 another Jesmon representation. The crazy thing here is that we see this, I think it was only that one Jesmon in EU, but it was the one that ended up taking the whole tournament. We see here, we have, one Jesmon, it looks like from the looks of it here, and it's going against a Gabumon Bond of Friendship. So we know at least one of each of those were present. After that, we got what looks to be Security Control versus Security Control. It looks like they're paired into each other. And then we see after that, we have another Security Control player versus the Lilith Loop. And that was the deck that won Latin American Finals. That is crazy. Lilith Loop won it. It was pre-ban list. Take advantage of it while you can. They had Mega Digimon Fusion. They had that at 4, and they were paired into Security Control. Security Control is Lilith Loop's one better matchups, because you're kind of just doing your own thing until you're ready to go into your combo. Once you've hit your combo, you go so wide that you don't really worry about their removal too much. Now with Analog Youth, you're getting rewarded for your level 5s that are higher that you played out with Sword getting popped anyways by that extra memory and the extra hatch. So that's really amazing that a Lilith Loop took very top spot in grand finals of Latin America's final championships. If anyone from Latin America would love to come on and do a profile, feel more than free to. We can even do it in Spanish, and I can subtitle it since I am bilingual, if that is something you guys would be interested in. It's the only one in top 16 as far as I'm aware as of now, and it won it. It's the only one as far as I'm aware between both EU and Latin America, and it's really great to see that that was the one that took the list. So we'll see how those players adapt their Lilith Loop lists into the new ban list coming soon at February 25th. So that was this meta update after an exciting round of finals championships all weekend. This weekend is the North American Nationals tournaments. So now it is North America's turn to show all the spicy techs and see what ends up winning. I am personally rooting for a good friend Huang Zero on the channel. I hope he does really well. Hope he doesn't go 0-2 scrub out and it's like, yo Bandai, let me do commentary. Lots of friends are going to be there, so many to name that it's hard to get everyone in one video. Like Blue Numemon, who is on the channel for a lot of deck profiles, it's also going to be there, so shout out to them. Shout out to everyone that I may not have the time to thank personally right now, or wish good luck and all that. I hope everyone does great in North American Nationals, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how our meta compares to the rest of the world. It's always fun seeing the differences in playstyle. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this meta update. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, remember to stay hungry until you get a taste of victory.